5. But going to the 8 speed instead of the 7 is going to get just a little more of a speed boost. Also going to help you maneuver better in the air and potentially help your recovery too, as much as you can drift. So this could, I mean, we're going to see how this one plays out. Is he a very quick player and that's why he wants to have this many options for him? Or did he just not really give a hoot about Dex? And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of Dex and I don't really care. Like, whatever I can get up, I'm going to use it. And it looks like that speed of that stock was what he's talking about. Jesus.
Now that's one of the things that you can do with Scythe, and we've seen it countless times by some of the best players in Brawlhalla. Might struggle to KO on stage, but if you catch them recovering in a bad way off stage, you can take people out in yellow, you can take them out in orange. Now Elsom has swapped over to the orb. Kylar's doing his best to start up this damage, gets the stomp side air from the left, 1/3 of the stage, sending him all the way to the left, getting the KO there. Not too worse for wear, but he's definitely going to be thinking about how he recovers back to the stage now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was nice to see that he's able to lose that stock and then bring it back, you know, without any form of like pressure on his side. Like, he tied it up immediately, and now he is behind a little bit, but I mean, we're on the same stock. Colors are very similar. Oh, hold on now. Watch the way you recover. That would have been a big pickup on that recovery. I think that would have thrown him straight to the wall, which probably could have led into another down air input into the backwards throw. So yeah.
Now, we'll see if Elsom's able to do that again, or whether it's just going to be standard on-stage play to take out these stocks. That could have been just because Kylar might have been coming into this not fully thinking about everything, expecting something like that right out of the gate. Now, he has been waiting for like 30-plus minutes before this set actually started, so maybe just came into this one a little bit cold, and Elsom came in a little bit hot, trying to surprise him with something big right out of the gate, because they're even has Elsom in the red. Both players in the red trying to get the turnaround Sarah to bounce off the wall. That's going to bounce off the stage, take some momentum away. Weapon toss goes down.
Oh,
D-Light,
no.
drops the ground pound. Elsom is going to have stage control and weapon control. Kylar gets back on, but a strong D-Light is going to send Kylar way off stage. Orb in hand for Elsom.
Yeah, man, Elsom, oh wow, just the neutral light actually going to take it from the edge. Though, I mean, that is one thing that Fate is allowed to do. Fate does actually have a pretty high force stat. So, I mean, things like that may catch most people off guard, but for Fate, that's, you know, that's just another day in the life. So, we do end up getting another even game. I mean, every time Elsom is able to get a lead, Kylar AUS does not let that lead build.
Even going off stage, nice little side signature there. Still being careful on how he recovers back to the stage. Haven't seen too much juice coming out of this orb yet. You saw Kylar chasing him off stage. Didn't throw out a move just yet, but you saw he was right on with the movement.
Okay, finds a little hit there. Oh, also finds a nice little side air, but okay. Bottom half of the down light going to find his mark, but that doesn't seem to help too much. It's Fate. Orb in hand, really having a rough time. Not sure if that was the play right there to go for the Warp Star, the old side sig, but not going to work out, and just gets two-tapped with that Sair, and he's out of there.
582 damage to 450 damage. Nice lead there for Kylar. There is a big difference there, but you got to think about that first stock. That wasn't a stock that Elsom got the KO after he put out 150, 160, 170 damage. Like, he grabbed that mid-orange, so a lower damage number overall from Elsom is not to be unexpected, but he's swapping over now. You might be able to see the little character head coming out on the stage banning. That is going to be a Nyx swap off of the Fate. I agree with this. Well, let's see what he has from the blasters, but his Scythe was definitely his better weapon on the Fate. Knew how to engage with that, knew how to play off stage with it, knew how to recover better with it. So sticking with the Scythe over sticking with just the orb, definitely a good choice from Elsom going into this.
Yeah, I'll give that up. I was going to say, like, I really don't think this orb was too bad, but the bigger plays definitely came out from the Scythe. And I don't really think this orb was, like, the reason why he had lost either. I just think that for some reason he was not allowed to hold a lead. That was the bigger thing. Kylar AUS knowing how to play from behind and not allowing himself to get flustered from playing behind. But let's see how he plays ahead right now when we get an immediate stock. Jesus, again.
Huge lead for Kylar, just based off of that hammer play alone. Already starts out with a D-Light Dare. Doesn't get the side light as the option for the third hit, but he's finding two more. These strings just keep coming. Almost picked up the D-Sig there, but still, even without the hit, has Elsom in yellow. They're at the same health. Is he going to fall here? Oh, Kylar went for the big ground pound, and he's going to get grabbed by the fist from Elsom's Nyx. Going to get the KO there, even this up.
Yeah, super nice option to go for right there as well. I think, potentially if the only other thing that probably would have hit there would have been a recovery, which I do not think was going to KO. So going for that gravity cancel neutral light or neutral sig was easily the play. Got guns in hand though. See what he can do with the blasters. Actually, just going to go ahead and get rid of those. Looks like he does indeed want to stay with the site. And as Sparky said, I mean, this site is going crazy.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Again, Kylar just has to be so careful with how he recovers back to the stage. Elsom playing behind, and he's now in the lead. So talk about Kylar playing really well from behind. Elsom's doing a fantastic job as well. That neutral signature on the right side, man, really recognizing that opportunity and how he could get the absolute most out of it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So now that we are at another even game, man, it really depends on who is going to take this last bit of momentum and push it to an actual game win. Okay, momentum slightly on Kylar Alice's side with the colors stacking up, and honestly, he hasn't really been getting hit that much. He's fighting the good dodges through these windows as well.
That's a few hits further into orange. Ooh, that's got him in the red, bouncing him off the wall. Hits the D-Light ground pound this time. He will not drop that twice. Kylar gonna take another victory here.
Yeah, the first time that he actually did that, it looked like there was like a weird wall interaction there. Even though he was on, the sidewall, it was just straight up sidewall instead of like any slants or anything. Just still got some weird wall interaction. But this time, no wall necessary, no wall even close to that play. And he cleans that up super quickly, takes the win. Now we up 2-0 right now. Kylar Alice looking real good to go ahead and make it into grand finals.
Now you're seeing Elsom pick yet again another very quick character coming in with a Satori. But going back to that D-Light ground pound that he dropped earlier that you just mentioned, I think maybe what happened is he D-Lighted into the wall, so he attached onto the wall, and then his jump was what pushed him that far, that deep off the wall. Maybe that's what happened, but it definitely was some goofy interaction in there. Definitely not what Kylar wanted.
Yeah, that seems like the most logical explanation, though. That wall jump definitely pushed him way far away. So either way, though, we got another swap, and we're going to see if this one works out. Now, he's lost all of the weapons that he's, started with. There's no scythe, there's no orb, there's no blasters. Like, he is literally on two totally different weapons, hoping for the best.
But they are two very straightforward weapons that most really good players know how to play to some solid capacity. I don't know if he's going to be able to come out in the sword and mirror match against Kylar, though. You're seeing this game start really well for Kylar, but honestly, based on what we've seen so far from these two players, I don't know what to expect, because any huge lead can go the other way in just a matter of a second.
Man, looking at it right now, I do think that he could potentially get back in here, but he's got to get some type of hits going on, some type of momentum going, as Kylar Alice definitely doing well on this second stock, getting some good damage as well. Already got him into the deep yellow, almost orange.
That one didn't KO there. He's going to swap off of the spear onto the sword. That's going to give him that grounded D-Light option to get the follow-up recovery off of. After the D-Light recovery on the spear didn't KO, now he's going back to the spear. Kylar adding a lot of unarmed damage, using these dash jumps to be really far away from Elsom, be out of the range of the spear, and then instantly be in range. Goes for the D-Light dare into the side air. Didn't feel confident enough for the recovery, even though he was closer to that top blast zone than the left blast zone. Felt a lot better grabbing the Sair. Probably was the good option because you saw him pick it up, and then he was able to clean it up with the recovery.
Most definitely. So now the real thing is, like, we see a solid lead building up for Kylar, and it looks like he is not trying to let this go by any means. No real momentum has really been gathered on the side of Elsom. I feel like he's kind of been playing on his back foot pretty much the entire game. I don't really see a point where I even see that the momentum is starting to shift. Gets a nice little combo here.
Now
lets him back down the stage.
This game is much more what and he finds the ground pound this time that he couldn't hit before. It seems like everything that Kylar didn't hit that you would maybe expect him to hit, he then found it somehow later on in the set. Even if it wasn't right away, it still came later in the set. That was more of what I would expect from a Kylar Alice game when he gets a lead early on compared to any of the other games in the set.
Yeah, man, he really just decimated this last game. He wanted to make sure that y'all knew, yeah, man, I might have not won doubles, but it's singles now. I'm still the best. That's what he's trying to show y'all right now. So either way, that's going to be a good 3-0 from Kylar Alice as we look at the bracket here. Doggo and Power should be coming up next, and then Baka and Shock have to play too to see who gets to play against the opponent after. But as of right